higher marker. So what we will do is, so first of all, let me explain what's going on. Tomorrow is your 24-hour assignment. Some people thought tomorrow the assignment is due. No. It starts tomorrow, and you have to submit on Sunday night, right? Now, the other batch, the weekday batch, which will be going on till 5 p.m. tomorrow, they have requested whether I can upload it by 5 o'clock tomorrow. Reason being, they want to discuss in their group before going back to the house or whatever, so that they have some discussion, because they're all here, and so on. Now, that may throw a bit of unfairness for you guys, right? And of course, I don't expect you all to suddenly say, yes, let's do that. Let's give them the advantage. We are happy to suffer. No, I don't expect you to say that, right? So I told them it will be difficult. So as a compromise, I told them I will upload it slightly earlier, right? So watch out from about 8 o'clock, 8:30, you should be up, okay? Now, it's not a rocket science. It's just 2 pages, easy, doesn't involve a lot of work. You can do it. Okay. So I will upload it. You can upload it back Sunday night. Only advice, 3 advice I'll give you. If you are by any chance using ChatGPT or any of the AI tools, use it as early as possible. Don't wait for others to have used it. Then your data will be different. Number 1. Number 2 tip, if you are uploading into the portal on Sunday night, upload it early. Why? Because if you upload it early, you get a 30%, 25-30% detection rate. The moment you upload it later and later, it has already studied the other students. And the diagrams may look similar, the writing may look similar. Then your percentage goes to 70, 80, 90, sometimes 100%. Right? So better to upload as soon as you are done. Number 2 tip. And final tip, there is no need to break sleep. Right? Just look at it till about, 10 o'clock, read it, digest it, get some thoughts together. You get up at 6, 7, you start, it's 12 hours, more than enough. Okay? Now, some people said, sir, the long weekend, we are planning this and that. Well, that's no issue. You can plan. Right? Carry on planning. So there's nothing I can do about that. So is that clear what you need to submit on Sunday? And please don't make it a long-winded thing. It doesn't have to be. I don't count the number of pages and mark. Right? Okay. Any questions on tomorrow's event? MS Word, yeah, and PDF. So you type it on your MS Word and PDF and you can upload. But if you have diagrams and things, put it into the PDF thing, into the MS Word and then PDF it. Excel and all that, don't upload separate if you happen to use Excel for Gantt chart, which you can do, right? And also, you can say you draw something by hand, you can take a picture and put it. It doesn't matter. Say something like the CPD diagram or whatever, you want to do it by hand, that's okay. And then take a picture and just upload. Can do. Sure. If you are familiar with it, please do that. Only thing is, MS Project is PERT. So if you are used to it, then you know they use PERT. So just be mindful of that when you are referring that into the text. Just be mindful of that. As long as you are comfortable with PERT, it's okay. If you're not, then CPD is better. And an Excel sheet also has Gantt chart. Huh? You can use, there is a function on Excel sheet. You click on that, it will give you all the Gantt chart, and you can use that. Okay? You don't need to, I mean, probably he is an expert on MS projects, so you don't need to go down that route. But if you want to use MS project, there are 75 licenses in the computer lab. You can use that if you like to use. Sorry. By hand. 42 words. As simple as that. Right? Because that will save you a lot of time that you trying to draw it on the Word or on the PowerPoint. That will take too much time. So you just draw it by hand, and people use this 1 rupee coin or whatever, and that's fine. Assignment format, which is no. You can use any format, but okay, I know what you're asking. So the issue is this: the assignments do get second marked by PIM or University of Jawaharlal, whoever they do a sample, whether I have favored you all or things like that. So it is better to keep it in the format. The 15 pages I have put is not the whole thing. Yeah? I just want from your executive summary to the conclusion to be 15 pages. Anything above that and below that is okay. You know, the content page, the cover page, whatever annexure is all right. Referencing things like that. You want us to get a standard format, we have to give some references, things like that. So in this case, I don't think that apply. You please send me a picture of your reference, right? Whatever reference you use, right? You send me the list, okay? And your phone number. I will call you and say, now, which pages did you refer? Right? Tell me exactly what did you, how did that help you to write my report? You explain to me, then I'm happy. Rubbish, no man. Right? Just use my, if you want, I mean, I know the format says reference page, just put class notes. And probably you can say Harvey Nickel book. Not that you're going to even look at it, but just for the sake of it, just put, it's all right. I mean, right? So that's okay. You know, if you don't want to leave it blank, but don't copy like 10 references and put, I will tell you in 24 hours, you won't have even read one of them. You won't have time. Yeah. All right. No. I have said maximum 15 page. You can write anything in the appendix. I have no issue. You put whatever you want in the appendix, all the calculation, all that you have put in the appendix. But I will only read up to 15. So that is what PIM pays me, 15 pages. Sir? Minimum, I have said 13, 14 pages, all right. I mean, actually, I don't count the pages. It doesn't matter to me, right? It's up to you. I mean, you will find that as you start writing, there is a lot to tell. And you will struggle to fit it into the 15. Sorry. Yeah, annexure what? Yeah, I put it in the annexure. Any calculations you have, whatever you do, you put it in the annexure. It's fine. If you have lot to write, put it in the annexure. But if you're one of those who don't have lot to write, put as much pictures as possible. I will remove all the pictures and say how much you wrote. Right? I remove all the pictures and say, okay, you have written 6 pages. Right. So let me mark the 6 pages. Right? Because the calculations can be done. Now say certain things, now say there are, like say risk, you may talk about risk. Now risk, you will talk about this project risk, what has happened, what other risk. You will make a say 5, 6, 7, 10 list of risk. Now that can be in the annexure, but you can explain that in the risk category, what you will do, what is risk, how is this project, but how are the categories of this risk, how will you manage that? What is the important, what is not so important risk? And you will ignore those and so on. So I am looking for interpretation of your calculation, right? Otherwise, by the time you use all the tools, match over because there's no space to write anything. So you need take a judgment call, I would say. Some diagram, yes, definitely need to come. Probably CPD can come in there, so you can actually explain that, right? But the cost calculation doesn't make sense. You can put it in the appendix and bring the cost and say, this is the main cost. I have taken the project manager's cost. I have got this, I have added that. And, I have taken this because you have to do some calculation. It doesn't matter. If you put it in the landscape, don't put it in the main body because that will take the whole page. Then put it in the appendix. Yeah, better to do landscape. Even in the exam, any diagram, do it landscape. You will get more space. Yeah. Any other doubts or questions? Yeah, I will upload early. And the deadline is 10 o'clock. Actually, deadline is 9 o'clock. The 1 hour is for everybody to upload, but people end up using that 1 hour also, which means they will not upload by 10. Then I will have to listen to all the stories and emails will come and what to do. Right? Any other questions? Project management. It will definitely be a project. It is. Now you ask that question. I'm also now thinking. No, it is a project, but it's multiple projects inside. But I would consider it as a project management. Don't go down the program. Yeah, single timeline. Correct. That's right. Yeah, that's much easier for you. Yeah, think of it as a project. Right? Anything else? All good? As if you all have never done an assignment in your life. What is this? Simple thing. There's nothing to worry. I mean, whatever you do by 9 o'clock, please upload. At least you get some marks. Don't wait for anything else. Right? Okay. All right. Good. Right. So let's start. By the way, next Friday, please be on time. Today you all are late and some are not here, and I'm okay. Generally, I don't mind about those things. But next Friday, doors will be closed. So please tell your team to be here on time. It's the actual simulation. It will start on time and it will finish on time. Only thing is, next Friday, may break about that delay karanda yeah. Because first 1 hour, I can't give a break. Yeah. So please be here on time. When you come next Friday, please sit in your own groups. Yeah. All right, let's start. So today, what I'm going to do, last time we had a quick look at some of the revision areas. Thanks to this gentleman, I don't know your name, but thanks to you, I had thanks to him, I had to modify your exam paper as well as your simulation. He gave a good point, which I also didn't think about it. But no, it's a positive comment. All others are negative. This is positive, right? So he has actually helped me a little bit. Okay. So what we are going to do today for next half an hour, Every half an hour, we will do a question. These questions are very similar to what you will get in your exam paper. Okay, very similar. So some of them we will just discuss, right? You can take notes. Some of them are going to actually do it. So the first one, we are actually going to do it because somebody asked me, they wanted more practice on resource diagram and CPD. So first one is very similar question to what you have in your exam paper, okay? So I'll give you half an hour to try this and we will discuss this, right? So 6:30, we will stop 6:35. You can stop, you can take your break. When you come back, we will discuss. And I will come around and help you. You tried, you did it, well done. If you all have done it, I would like to see it. You've done it? You're doing it, right? Any questions, please put your hand up. I'll come around. I did upload this yesterday. Good. This is good. Can you look at the project manager's cost and tell me? Done? Anybody done? Call me. Please try, yeah? Ah, so she's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's 6 people. So I have added the extra resources. You got to put it right. Okay, very good. Right, I think you all are ready for the exam actually. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. I mean, you need to do the calculation. Yeah. Please get used to doing it properly, horizontally. There are in project, we don't go backwards. We don't go downwards. Okay. So just be aware of that. Don't want to waste time. That's it. Yeah, good. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. Perfect. What about uh, risk? See. Okay, fine. That's fine. You are the one who spoke to last time. Yeah, yeah. No issue. I'll be so upset if you all get section A that anything less than 50 marks. Section B, 3 questions, of course, you won't get 100. The 50 marks, you might get 49. Okay. Yeah, good. Yes, but not enough. Don't worry, that's all right, as long as you don't do the end exam. All right? Good. Yeah, all right. Yeah, perfect. Good. All right. Yeah. Good. Good. Bye. By the way, did the other batch BOC tell you that I have made the exam paper a little bit harder? Did they tell you that? No. Okay, fine. I gave credit for you all. I said batch A is so clever. They get everything right. Therefore, I'm going to make the exam paper a little bit harder. In case they come and ask you, give you anything, any other reason, don't believe them, okay? Good, very good. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. If you had done part A, which was the easy one, don't forget the resource diagram. Activities on the vertical, weeks on the horizontal. Online, no, parking, right? Online, guys, please try the exam. Don't wait. Atakin, right? Online team, put a video. Name of the pen. Eglam pen. Right. Vishan. Atakin, so. Yeah, okay. Eglam, mute karna tya agni. Eglam, I put. Never there. This might be wrong. Let's double check. What is the number of weeks here? 12 plus. What is this? Man, you can't have an empty line. Empty line when the bad. And by you, this also empty. You can't have empty line. Make it empty. You can't have empty. Has to be some letter. I check it. Sorry. Yes. Oh, yeah, correct. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Yeah. Okay. Fix it. Right. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, okay, fine. Perfect. Good. Right. Resource diagram. I'm more interested in that. How much you got? 80. Okay, good. Perfect. Cost. You're okay? Yeah, makes sense.
I just green half.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Easy, right? All right. Yeah, that's fine. So, creating. Make an index. And see from should be 8 or taken. Uh-huh. No, 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 no. Single, yeah. So let me see. E, F, G. Yeah, no, it won't come like that. Yeah, we'll go through that. Don't worry. Ah, uh, so then J is what? J is I, ne? H is after F and G. F and G. It's, so connect here. That's right. Then only H will come.
But that G should come up. G.
Hold on, just give me the text. So let's do this. So we are done with A. This is C. Right, you're done with C. Then you are saying D. I'm not talking about D of this one. E is after C. So that is correct. So E is after C. Then you have F is after C. So that is also after C. Whatever you have got those two right here. And then G is after E. G is after E. And then H after F and G. H is after F. So then we can bold an X. Right? So you have an X, right? That's a little trick there. Many people make that mistake. Right. Well done, guys. Very good. How did it? Right. You okay? Done? 18? Brilliant. Yeah, madam. You okay? Okay. Now the resource diagram. Now remember, guys, please time yourself. Huh? You get a half an hour to do the whole thing. So you need to do the first 3 in half an hour, balance 2 in 10 minutes. B and C in 10 minutes. Core resource diagram. No, sorry. Don't forget to calculate the cost. Many haven't calculated the cost. This is correct. Brilliant. Okay, very good. Yep. Okay, cost. All right. Cost per week per resource, ne? Cost per week per resource. 100. Okay, 42 then, right? Yeah.
Project manager's fees.
Perfect. Right. Resource diagram. Resource diagram. Very good. I'm very happy. You do. Hey, Ram. Cost right, so that is sorted. Yeah, you don't have to optimize. But you have distribution has to be. Right. Yeah, that's a simple thing. I know that. I already told. So it's not fair. Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No, this one won't be critical. Yeah, because there is a gap, 4 to 5. Nothing water, 4 to 5 is there's a gap. It's 5. There are 4. So this is right. So this one, in this one, you get 4 to 5. This one. Yeah. So that means there's a 1 week gap in this one. Okay, so critical path is when you have both the numbers same. Clear. But don't look at the bowler. Look at the activity, right? So in this activity, this is number is same, this is number is same. But in this activity F, this number is same, this number is same, but this is only 4 weeks. No? So 4 weeks can 9 minus 4 can this should have been 5. Therefore, this you can go up to 4 backwards. Up to that 1 week belongs to F. That's an extra. Another, yeah. And you will have 2 activities, dummy, not dummy, sorry, non-critical, make. Yeah, I always put a little trick, I told you. You okay? Which one? Oh, yes, my God. Oh, no. Yes, bye-bye, no optimization. Huh? No optimization. Please don't go there. Excellent. Very good. Yeah. Okay, good. You're okay. You're okay. Okay. Do you want me to help or you want to try? Okay. I'll leave you alone. And I must say, Deshapriya has fought for you all now. Second battle. And I think I'll be kind to him or your team. He has said resource diagram is a bit of a difficult task, and I know that. So it'll be too tight in the exam to put resource diagram. So I agree with him. So you can be relaxed. Resource diagram won't be in the exam, right? Thanks to your friend here. Now, don't start, everybody starts saying Arakan difficult, make it difficult, then I won't have anything to test finally, right? So I will take that out in the exam paper. do take your break, and we can meet again at 7. So, especially the people who need to break fast, please go ahead. Do take your break, huh? We'll come back at 7. Sweets, thank you. People are offering sweets also, huh? These type of sweets won't buy me. Thank you, but I have to avoid. But you probably want to bring it next Friday because there'll be a lot of. Definitely, you need to have some activity going on. Out there. Oh, please. You all are one group or? Yeah, about that. Yes, correct. That's right. Yeah. So you have to indicate. That's correct. PM costs. Oh, you think what's the total? What's the total? Yeah, what's the total? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, that's good. Have to see.
Only a 1 week leave.
Yes, correct.
Do we need to allocate the resources for that?
You don't need to optimize. This is fine. You don't need to optimize. You don't need. You don't need.
There is also not okay.
Absolutely. No. Please go.
Can we start immediately?
Yes.
And
As long as you don't delay too much. 1 week delay is okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not clear.
Not clear. Put it landscape.
Landscape.
Yes.
In the main body.
Absolutely no problem.
You could have to.
Yeah, you rotate it. It's fine. Are you going to draw it or are you going to do it on the system? Draw it better now. Then you take a picture and rotate it. That's fine. No issue. Yeah. I'll take the number, final number. Yes.
16 way, but just
This is all we need. We don't need optimization. This is perfectly okay.
Okay.
Well done.
The individual assignment, so we have to do a branch chart. Because I have a problem, the MS project is not
Excel again.
Excel.
Excel as an option, Gantt chart केला. मेरे को pen under back. If you go to Excel, you know that templates and one taking, we keep going. There's a Gantt chart option.
Yeah, because I think I discontinued it and moved it to MS, I think, plan or something like that. Because I was trying to set it up. and
Well,
then
आगे के तीन
August 2025, I discontinued.
Nah,
I don't know why.
I don't know about that, but on my laptop,
No,
it,
my laptop came like that. So I was trying to get up a plan.
so then you do normal the Excel. You just do normal chart.
In Excel, the Gantt chart option.
The Gantt chart option, or you can do the bar chart option.
All right, there's the timeline. Thank you. But then you have, earlier I had project. It was
Ah.
about,
Right.
I don't know, sir, like, I earlier had a uni account with the
Right.
project, so
Okay.
now I don't have it, so I thought of setting up a new one.
All right.
So the setup, when I went there, saying there are no plans, it has been migrated to plan, somehow
Oh.
different plan.
Oh, I see.
But that's very different. That's
Different.
like
That's a
click
different. Yeah.
on-
Correct. Correct. You're right. That's different. Option. Pull on. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Yeah, you said that. Yeah. 11:30 means what? Next week. Next week is the Friday. I remember you mentioned 8:15. Right. Okay. Fine. 8:15 is fine. Just come and tell me before you go.
Yes.
Okay, Harini. Shall we just quickly have a look? But suddenly the class got filled up. Why is that? Just repeat few things like you are the 24-hour assignment next tomorrow night, and then presentation the following week. So that will be your last class. Yes, that will be your last. So today is the 8th one, right? Yeah. And a few people asked me whether they can take for the assignment, whether they can take a photo of the drawings and attach to the Word. Yes, you can. You do that. It's no problem. And you can also do it landscape if that will make it better, so that I can read it. Yeah, it's no issue with those things. All right. Okay, so one good thing is, as I walked around, a lot of people have got the idea. A lot of people understood what is expected. So I think it's a thing. As I said, we are not going to. I won't put resource diagram in the exam because it will take time. But I have put it here. It won't be there in your exam, but it will be there in your simulation as well as your assignment, 24-hour assignment. Yeah, it will be there. So that you have enough time to do it, right? Okay. Let's quickly run through this. We have 5 questions to get through. We are still on the first one. Right. So I think most of you got this right. A and a B starts from no. A doesn't depend on anything, 3 weeks. B is after A. B is after A. C is after A. C is after A. B is 2. D is 1. D is after B. So D is after B. D is after B. 6. E is after C. E is after C. 4. F is after C. 4. G is after E. 1. G is after E. 1. H is after F and G. 3. H after F and G. That's the little trick part. Many may have missed that. 3 weeks. I is after D and H. I is 3. J is after I. J after I. 1 week, 2 weeks. And K is after J. Sorry about that. K after J. And now why is D hanging loose? D is after H. D, no. I is after D and H. Okay, so we got that part done. Forward pass, is you add them up and take the large number. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 5 plus 6, 11. It's a junction, so we'll keep it there. 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Junction, so, and here we have 4 plus 4 is 8 and a 9. So we take the largest number. Then what do we have? So here we take the largest number is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. Something wrong. So 15 plus 2 is 17. K is 1. 17 plus 1 is 18. Sorry, it's not the best of the diagrams. 18 minus 1, 17. 17 minus 2, 15. 15 minus 12. 12 minus 3, 9. 12 minus 6 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. Take the smallest number. Here it is 4, and 4 minus 1 is 3. 3. Take the smallest number. 3 minus 3 is 0. Critical path is A, where the numbers are the same. C, E, G, H, I, right? So the critical path is A, C, E, G, H, I, J, K. Non-critical path, here is where people made the mistake. They just put B down. Okay? There's another critical, non-critical path, which is this one. So F as well. That was the only tricky part in that question. Okay? Right. So that was straightforward. Now we come to budgeted cost. Okay, everybody got, I think most of you, 99% got this. There was no issue. All right. Any questions on this? Straightforward, right? All right. So I'll move to the next topic, which is cost. So each one of them, I mean, the diagram is 5 marks, cost is 5 marks, and budget is 5 marks. Okay, budget to resource. So cost is very simple. 3 times 1 into 100, because this is cost per week per resource. So that is 300. 2 times 5 times 100, 1,000. 1 times 3 times 300, 900. 6 times. Now, some people think only critical path cost needs to be taken, and that non-critical path cost doesn't come into the project cost. Never like that. All costs, right? Because that activity has a cost for the project. So we need to take everything. 6, 200. What is the number? 4 times 2 times 8. Please check my numbers, okay? This is 1,004. This is 6,400. This one? This one? Or this one? This one? Okay. This one, is it? Thank you. Okay, yeah, it is. 1 times 4 times 600, 1,200, 3 times 2 times 200, 1,200, 3 times 6 times 400, 2 times 4 times 100, 800, 1 times 2 times 200, 1 times 2. Sorry. Did I miss something? F. 4 into 6, is it? Okay, 4 into 6 into 500, is it? Thank you. And the total was? Sorry? 51,200. $42,200 plus 18 into 500, 9,000. The total is 51,200. Okay. Right. All are clear on that, right? I can do the easy way and put up the answer. So this is your resource diagram. Okay. Sorry, this is your critical path. That's 18 weeks. And don't forget, non-critical path is, there are 2 of them. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize I was that famous. Would have worn a tie and come. Right. Okay. Done? You know, right. Okay. Right. Here's the next one. Again, you can take the photos if you want. It's a very straightforward calculation. And the assignments are very similar to this. There is no different. Okay. Done? All right. Let's move on. Few more shots. Right. Now the resource diagram. Okay. Now, resource diagram, I wouldn't want you to do a optimization in your assignment or in your simulation, right? So if you take the resource diagram, if you have your activities lined out this way and your weeks this way, and start with your critical path. Don't go anywhere else. Always start with your critical path. So in your case, you know your critical path was A, 3 weeks, 1 resource, right? Then it was B, no, it wasn't B, it was C. Let me just go back and double check. So critical path was A and then C. So C was 3 weeks, 3 resources, 1 week. So as soon as A finishes, C should start. I have not even looked at this, right? Assume it is not there. Then you get, after C, you get E. So then you go all the way down after C, finished. E can start, 2 resources, 4 weeks. Then after E is G, H, I, J, K. So you give up G. So after E is over, is G, 1, week 4, H, 3 weeks 2, I, which is 6 resources, 3. Then you get J, 2 resources, 4 resources, 2 weeks. And then last one, K, which is your 1 resource, 4 resource, 1 week. So we have done that is why it's sort of highlighted in the different color, is a critical path. Now that leaves you with these 2, not done. Now you know B has to start after A is complete. So B starts when A is complete, 5 resources for 2 weeks. No need to optimize. Then the other one is D, starts after B is complete. So B is complete, D starts, 6 weeks, 8 resources. And finally F, which is 4 weeks. So you go down to F, and F starts just after C finishes. So C finishes here, and F will start 6 people, 4 weeks. That's it. So you take the total of this, the number of resources at any given time. You know you need maximum 16 people. Okay, so this project requires 16 people at the peak of its requirement. And if you need to plot the graph, if you do this in Excel, it's just a matter of plotting the graph, weeks versus sources. Clear? All right. So this 5 marks, 5 marks, 5 marks, 15 marks, done. Now question 1B asks, what is critical path? Critical path, longest path in a project, that takes the longest time. Activities are critical and cannot be delayed. So that is important to say that. Activities are critical and cannot be delayed. Forward and backward paths will give the same number. So as we saw here, forward and backward will give you the same number. Okay. Then it also said, how do you avoid projects getting delayed? Now these are open questions. You know, good planning. You can use any of the words, the 12S or the smarter objectives. You can use any of those, right? So realistic plan, good budgeting, good leadership, right? Risk planning, time plan. You can say whatever you want. But remember, both of them together is only 5 marks. So you don't want to write chapters on this. I know you like to tell me that you know everything, but I just need to know you know a little bit. That's enough for me. Right? Right. Then 1C, again, these are very simple questions. Huh? Now 1C says, what is the risk that you think, 5 risks, and what is the mitigation? Now, you can either look at, now only if you go back, now only we need to actually focus on activities, what it actually means. So if you look at it, now only I really need to know what all this is. I didn't even know it was an IT project when I started, and I don't need to know that. Right? So here, you can pick anything and say what is the risk. Right, let's see. I have put 5 here. Right. Delay in IT system implementation. So you got to have a realistic plan and build slack time so that you can avoid any delays. Then you can UAT fail, user acceptance fail. Plan adequate time for UAT in the project, including failure recovery time. Okay, so you need to plan extra. Hospital staff strike. So you never know whether staff will go on strike. Ensure any risk is built into the contract that They will not go on strike, and the key people are with you for the UAT. Data gathering, okay, can go wrong. How will you manage that? And so on. Project manager may not be experienced in managing such a project, okay. Evaluate the project manager skill and make sure right PM is hired and check the experience. You don't want to just hire him, and so on. You can write anything. Now, let's say you don't know anything about IT or you don't want to write this. You write whatever you want, right? You say project manager died halfway. So what? He can die. You say tsunami came, earthquake came, right? You say there were bugs in the IT system. If you don't want to look at what this is, you say general thing. Staff went on strike, right? Anything you can think of. There's all risk. There is risk directly involved in the project, and there is risk that is outside in the environment. Both are risk. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Clear? Right. Now, tell me, who can't get 25 out of 25 here? Assuming resource diagram doesn't come. All are clear? So 25 is sorted? Okay. Right. Good. Because you have to. Right? You can't fail this. Right. Now, part B, next question, we're going to try for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Now, it's a general question. Right? Now, WBS is guaranteed to be there. Just like critical path, WBS is guaranteed to be there. But how do you interpret that into the question? You have been appointed as a project manager to launch a new ice cream in Sri Lanka in year 2025. Explain with as I told you, this was last year's paper. Explain with the WBS what are the activities and how best to plan such project. So can you do a WBS? But people forget the second part of the question. That is where you go wrong. People wrong WBS. Okay, let's go. I know what that. Yeah, okay, I know you know WBS. But second part is very important. Explain with the WBS what are the activities and how best to plan such project. So you're going to do that. Second part, who are the stakeholders for this project? So you need to think of you. How best to manage them? Stakeholder management. Third part, explain what is risk in a project management and the risk involved in this project. How will you manage this risk? Same question. Tsunami, project manager died, all those things, same answer. Once you practice 5, give the same one. It's okay. Nothing wrong. So somehow I had to get you through, right? That's the plan. So write something and we'll get you through. Right. Let's start with WBS, please. I'll give you 10 minutes to do a WBS because you shouldn't take more than that because there's a lot more writing in this question. Maximum 15 minutes. And then I will ask one volunteer to come to the front. I'm tired of writing. And now somebody is asking, what is WBS? Okay. That's a useful question. Sorry.
Mention that
You need to. I am purposely testing it. It's like that. You can or divide it. It's up to you. Really, there's no right answer. The procurement one side, manufacturing another side. Okay. Food procurement. Okay. Okay, I forgot if I second. Okay. Can we answer that question first? Question first that the land acquisition and the design in the factory level. Okay, there's no factory where that's right. Range. Product range. In design development. That means they say Unilever from the car was designed to launch a yeah, let's say they decided to launch avocado ice, a new range. So they are already in the ice cream business. They are launching a new range. So you're not manufacturing a factory here. Expansion, no, nothing like that. Yeah, absolutely. So you must read the question carefully. If you go down the factory route, it doesn't make sense. You're not going to build a new factory to launch an ice cream. Yeah, no. This is new range. There's no factory display. Yeah. This you are working for exchange. Each branch. Branch. All right. Okay. Next to in front of Labor Department. Labor Department. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Engineering, IT, anything you feel is right. Yeah, absolutely. But you understood the question, right? It's right. No, it's not. Right. So that is construction that I'm not doing that. So this is different. New ice cream. You okay? You guys all right? You okay? Okay, so one of the question that was just asked is that, is this a new factory construction? Okay, well, read the question carefully. No, nothing about factory here. A new range. New range means Kagis may decide, okay, I'm going to launch a new ice cream. Let's say, banana ice cream or something. Right? It's a new range. So just always read the question carefully. So there is no need to launch a new factory here. Yeah. But you can think about other things like IT. Somebody suggested IT should be there. Yes, I agree. You can have IT. Good. Okay. So who is managing the topic? You are? Franchise holding, yeah. Okay. What topic do you manufacture? Right, right. Oh, right. Okay. The next time I must ask topic manufacturer. Okay, good, good. I didn't realize that. All right. So let's say we do marketing. Right. Okay. So finance. So they need to do the budget. Right. Then they need to get the under budget. They need to do the cost planning or pricing. Right. Then margins. Marketing. So they need to develop a marketing material. They may need to do a survey. They may need to do an online launch. Right. So under survey, they may need to design a survey, what do you call it? Survey paper or survey questionnaire. Right. They will gather data. Then summarize and report finding. Okay. So we go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Now, is this correct? Yeah. Anything wrong in this? If you don't number it, it is wrong. Right? Numbering is very important in WBS. Okay, so if you call this 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and so on, then this becomes 3.1, 3.2. Then this is 3.3. Right? And then this becomes 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. Okay, so don't forget to number it. Numbering system is very important. Right. Here is a simple one. I have just put it together. So people ask, how many should I write? What's the number of level 1 I should write? Well, I don't know the answer to that. Definitely you can't write 1, 2, or 3 and say I've done it. Okay, so I need to see a bit of range. But when you go to level 3, you don't have to choose everything and go into level 3. Maybe a 3 or 4 and go into level 3. Right? Because you won't have time to finish it. So I just need to know numbering is right. Okay. Right. Now, what are the activities and how best to plan such project? How best will you plan such project? Right. So that needs to be answered. So how best you will plan your project? It could be you will write a project charter. You will do a realistic plan. You will create a WBS. Then you will make a Gantt chart to manage the thing. Communication and RACI metrics, stakeholders. We'll come on to that in a minute. Risk log, and so on. So you need to explain how will you make a project plan or how make it successful. You will describe these things. Okay. Right. So I can't remember. I think it was 15 marks for both of them together. The next one was 5 marks, which is stakeholder mapping. Okay, so which one? This one? Yeah. Yeah, you mean to say this one? Yeah, this is more than enough. More than enough. Yeah, more than enough. Right. So the project planning, you can, I mean, this is a new chart. It's just, I mean, it's the same thing. I put it in the summary format. Right. So it's no different to what we all have done, right? Procurement planning, stakeholder planning, communication planning, Gantt chart development, RACI, human HR planning, quality planning, and so on. The same thing. That's the summary sheet. Okay. Right. Now, part B, stakeholders. Now there are multiple stakeholders. So you will list probably about 5. And then what is their responsibilities? So customers, you need to ensure the product promotion is successful. Vendors, you must give them adequate margin so that they promote your product because there will be other ice creams out there. Media, you got to have a campaign, make it sound big. Staff, make sure staff is positive or so on. Transport, right? You need to have freezer vehicles. You can't just transport in any vehicles. Supplier, so you need to make sure adequate supply is there with right quality and so on. So these are some of the stakeholders, not the whole stakeholders. And you need to make sure they do their part of the job. And then talk about where they're fitting. Okay, in their 2x2 matrix, low interest, high interest, low power, high power. Where do you think the staff fit in? The stakeholders you identify, where they will fit in. Okay. Right. Let's move on to part C, which is same story. Identify risk, mitigate. Again, you can talk about ice cream or you can talk about completely outside. Project manager died, flood came to the rain came and flooded the factory. They went on strike. All that you can talk about, nothing about the ice cream, which is okay. Right? So lack of material. So you need to make sure that whatever the material you are going to buy is there adequate stock or need to import. Power cut. Ensure there is a generator backup. A staff strike. Make sure OT and union agreement. Board approval. So you need to have the right commercial. Board won't approve if the commercials don't stack up. Vendor not promoting. Okay. Make sure vendor initially compensated. Some sort of bonus scheme or marketing scheme that will help them to promote your product and so on. So this is just some of the risk related directly, but you don't have to write these ones. Okay, right. Question C, 3. Now, this was a typical question I put, not to look at the definitions of these things. So please write few lines about it. Project manager is a crisis manager, explain. Project manager is a change manager, explain. Project manager is a program manager, explain that. Project manager, firefighter, explain that. Project manager is a risk manager. So the project manager is what? He or she is wearing multiple hats. And we have touched on all these topics. So take 5 minutes to tell me for each one. What are the things you will talk about? Project manager is a crisis manager. What could you talk about? Remember, this is last year's paper. Huh? Hmm? What are the in crisis? What are the three elements? What are the three elements when a crisis happens? It's a threat, it's a surprise element, and short decision time. Right. So that is what number one. Number two, it is a unplanned event. So you didn't plan that in your project plan. So then it becomes unplanned. Now, nobody would have planned for the November floods in their project, right? Floods came. Nobody planned for that. So unplanned it was a surprise and short decision time. So these are the three things you need to talk about. Project manager is a change manager. Okay. What are the three things associated with change management? Okay. So change management is a planned event. It's a planned event. And the three elements are adapt to change, control change, and sustain change. So those are the three events in a change management. So project manager needs to be able to manage. And you can talk a little bit about his or her skills. In project management in a change environment, it's a soft skill. Right? Whereas in a crisis management, it's a hard skill. Right. Then project manager is a program manager. Here you can talk about what is program management and project management, the differences. More importantly, what do they do? Program manager is a macro view, but related projects. Related projects. Whereas a project manager is focused on single project, delivering the project. So so if you look at it, they are risk managers here. They are not sure because there are multiple projects going on. They can't manage all of it. So obviously they have uncertainty. And then project manager is more technical skills. And they are responsible for time, cost, quality, and resources. Whereas the program manager is for the overall business benefit. And so on. So you can talk about what is a program management, right? Right. This one, next one is an interesting one. Project manager is a firefighter. Explain that to me, because that is not in your notes. Okay. So unplanned events can occur in a project. Okay. Immediately resolve or manage it. Right. Okay. Some contingency behind. Okay. When it happens, you got to action it. No chance of going back. Yeah. Risk is high. Yes. Situation analysis. Yeah. Correct. Quick response. Right. Now, all that are perfectly good answers. Now, what is the answer I got? Firefighters are going to save people in the fire department. They went into the fire. They saved people. That is a project. Saving people became a project. So what do I do? I don't know how they got into the MBA program, but that are the rubbish I had to read. Right? Nothing to do with fire department, guys. Right. Project manager as a firefighter. Exactly what you told me. Just like a firefighter, project manager always solving ad hoc problems. Never, they don't know what to expect. It's all unexpected problems arise, unexpected events. A well-planned and disciplined project manager will have all the tools required to solve such problems. Exactly what you all told me. Project managers are experienced firefighters who can go into any situation and solve the problem and mitigate the risk. All projects will have problems, issues. Project manager is always firefighting to resolve them. Projects have limited resources, and project managers are fighting for people, resources, fund, deadlines, and so on. That is firefighting, not going into the fire. Right. Last one, as a risk manager. So you can talk, about risk. You can talk about risk, but what do? It's all about, if you see a project manager as a risk manager responsible for proactively identifying, assessing, and mitigating risk in the schedule. So what do? They forecast the problems. They assess the impact, remember, low, medium, high. They have a plan if something happens. And when it's happened, they will make sure it's implemented and reported, right? Just some of the things I have mentioned that. You can talk about anything. It's 5 marks. Firefighter, risk manager, ad hoc, risk, planned. Remember that 3x3 metrics for risk. Make sure the activities don't go into the red area. Keep it in the yellow or green. All that we discussed. Okay, and also, if you can't remember your PIMA. All of you know, right? PIMA. PMA, so what's the alumni, is it? Or whatever you all call it. Plan, implement, monitor, audit, and close. Right? Any risk, you got to plan for it before it happens. Communicate it if it happens, what you will do. Monitor it so it doesn't happen. And then make sure you audit and close it if it does happen. Okay? Right. So who thinks they can't get 23 out of 25 for this? Why 23 and not 25? Because I will never give you 25 for this, number one. Number two, I expect examples. And it will clearly tell in the paper, give examples. I need to know that you are able to relate it to real life examples. So bring in that example, earn the extra points. It is already mentioned in the question, so earn it. Okay, right. Okay, this is an interesting question. And to be honest, 90% of the people didn't touch this question. Because they said, I have never taught this. Now, I am not going to teach you everything and then ask you the same thing in the question. There has to be some variation, right? Right. Can you try this question? I'll give you 15 minutes. Okay. Right. So this is an old company. So immediately it gives you something about the culture. Limited budget. So they have a challenge there. And it's a manufacturing company. And he would like a proposal on the best project structure, pricing model, best team building method, and best culture for the project team. 15 marks. Okay. So any answers? I know you all were discussing quite a lot. So would you like to give some answers? No? You all have any? Yeah. So there are three. Which one would you use then? Dedicated structure. Okay. And not a metric structure. Metrics. Okay. Lump sum pricing. Okay. Okay. Any other answers? Anybody else? You all are there? Any? Module based. Okay. All right. Matrix. Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, anything? No. Okay. So there are several things needs to be addressed here. First of all, structure. Right? In the scenario, best structure would be the metric structure because they have to do the work as well as get the work done. And number two, they have limited budget. So they can't have a dedicated structure because it costs more. Right? So that's a important element to remember. So metric structure would be the ideal situation in this scenario. Okay. Now, the question that people ask me, had I said dedicated structure or functional structure, will I be marked wrong? Well, yes and no. If you're about to fail, I probably will mark it right. Provided you have justified. Why would you say dedicated structure? You may say because you want to do it faster, you want to dedicate it because you want the team focus, whatever. So if you can justify that, I will look at it. But in this scenario, ideal will be metric structure. Okay. Right. Then pricing. Now, here again, it doesn't matter. There is no right answer, but some answer has to be there. Whether it's, remember, they have pricing, they have limited budget. So they need to choose the right costing structure. So would a lump sum be more suitable, or like you mentioned, modular model, is that suitable because they don't have a big budget, so maybe they choose some modules, cost plus, they know, okay, we will give you X percentage. So you can justify the pricing. Then project team. So you want to have the best team formed through a team culture, obviously forming, storming, norming, performing, and so on. At the same time, you want to tell them where they fit in best, the organization culture. Because you know this organization is going to be in the green box. It's not an entrepreneurial type of organization. It is a bureaucratic because it's an old company, like some of our older companies. So we need to be able to work in that sort of environment. Okay. And then again, you can talk about the project team. Now, this is the, sorry, I'm just going to go back. This is the organization side of it. This is a project side of it. That is a project team culture. So in this team, you probably don't want a very dynamic kind of team. You want a stable team. So something of similar to a role type of culture. Okay. And then part B of the question, I can't remember now. Let me go back. Part B. So all that for 15 marks, okay? Part B. Chairman also feels that since you are an accountant, that you will be the ideal project manager and control the budget well. Explain pros and cons of this statement. Right. Anybody? What is the advantage and disadvantage? So, accountant managing an ERP project or IT project, whatever you want to call it. So, pros are easy to manage the budget because he is the head of finance. Company culture is well known to him. Has a good relationship with the chairman, so getting approval will be much easier, easy to get approval, and he will be focused on delivery because this ERP is mainly, let's say, is for finance function. The other side of it, knowledge of IT and ERP, so he may not have anything. Need a subject matter expert to be brought into the team. IT team may get frustrated due to lack of understanding by the CFO, the knowledge, technical knowledge. Team conflict due to cultural difference. The project team versus the organization. If no previous experience in planning and managing such projects, extra help would be needed by this accountant, right? So something in that line. Yes. This is a 5 marks question, something along this line. Okay, right. Now the final question was a bit tricky, and that's why people didn't answer it. The lowest estimate received for this project is 2 million and 6 months. So the lowest is 2 million and 6 months. The highest estimate received was 6 million and 12 months. Okay. Chairman's daughter says that at PIM she learned about a triangle when awarding a contract. Explain who should get this project and why. The chairman's daughter has done at PIM has learned a triangle when awarding a contract. So what is this triangle awarding a contract? Time, cost, quality. Utter rubbish. That was just put there, so you will talk about that and get 0. What is the connection between the triangle and awarding contract and pricing? This is about getting the price right. So triangle is in a project, as you know, is time, cost, quality, and scope. Has nothing to do with awarding a contract. Right? So everybody thought about this triangle in a different context. You can talk about the triangle if you are going to talk about the cost of that project. Right. Now here is slightly different. What we are looking at is explain who should get the project and why. Now, using the triangle, you can't say that. Right. So explain who should get the project. Who would you award the project to? Somebody who quoted 2 million 6 months or 6 months, 6 million 12 months. Hmm? 2 million 6 months, okay. Right. So you will give it to somebody because you know, and you have done this before, the risk side of things. Right. You must look at the risk. What you want ideally is neither these two. You want something here, which is the ideal situation. Right. This is the ideal situation. So you want something in the range of 4 million, right? And probably about 9 months. Remember when we did the trial simulation, you all gave me a different range based on your assumption, risk. And most of you, 1 or 2 were in this range. And we knew what happened to those projects. It overran. We remember what happened to this project. Over budgeted, over time. Ideally, is what we are looking at is in this range. But that is the middle ground, is most likely to be successful. Because one side, they have limited budget. Right? And this is an old company, so they don't like to take a lot of risk also. On the other side, it's too expensive, but less risk. So you want something in the middle ground. Because of this thing, no student answered this question. The few who answered kind of took the other extreme ends, okay? So if something like that comes, you need to think a little bit more, okay? And explain the answer clearly. Okay? Yes. Why the triangle? Yeah, but I didn't talk about contract. I talk about who are you going to award it to and why. Yeah. There was no need to talk about the triangle. It was just put there to cloud the people. So they will talk about the triangle. Exactly. More than Chairman's daughter, I wanted to confuse her. Because then everybody had to give 25 marks, no? So I am happy to give 20. Balance 5 you have to earn. That is why it was put. My question will always be like that. You will get 20, so that is 80 is more or less given. You turn up, you write something, 80 is okay. 100 is bit tough. Okay, right. Final question. Guaranteed NPV will be there. Yeah. So you can either negotiate, because no point negotiating the lowest guy, no. He will say, no, I will do it for 4 million. He'll be happy to do it for 4 million. So the ideal situation, your 12 million guy should be negotiated down to that 8 million. Yeah. The scope would be more or less same, because when you float an RFI, right, or RFP, your scope will be defined. So different people will come back to you because different people are willing to take different risks. The highest risk person will give you the lowest price and possibly the lowest time. And we saw that in the trial simulation. What happens to that? When you give the lowest cost and the lowest price, what happens to her in real life, in a situation, right? So that's why you don't want to go too low. You don't want to go too high. You want to be somewhere in the center. So if you remember the teams that we used, most of them were in the middle range. If you remember those numbers that we put up on the board, most of them were in the 180 to 220 range. There were some at the extreme ends, and we didn't consider them. The risk of awarding to those guys is very high. All right. MPV. Guaranteed, it'll be there. Right. Take 5 minutes, quick run through it. We'll go through it quickly. Yeah. How many people went to the Kingsbury function last night? Only one. Oh. How was it? Good. So. I think you all will be organizing it next year, right? Senior batch. Okay, done it. Something here නමට මේ ground හරි අර ඒගොල්ලන් යන්නේ හතරනේ අනේ ඉන්නවා ඕ හරි ඒ උදේට හරියට හදලා not bad නේ බෑ
whether it's fixed cost.
Mhm.
Fixed sunk cost. Fixed cost meaning
Right, I think there's a small confusion. I did change for your paper that you have, I did change from fixed cost to sunk cost. Your paper you have uploaded says sunk cost. I think here the exam I said fixed cost, and there was a confusion in the exam. Okay, so because I said fixed cost, remember in the briefing I said sunk cost and fixed cost, we don't take it unless fixed cost is directly related to the project, right? So based on that, some of the students took fixed cost into the calculation. I did mark them right because they said they are taking it. Because it clearly said here, year 1 to year 10. So obviously they took that and I did mark it right. Hence in your paper that I put it to you, I changed it to sunk cost because I didn't want you to take it. Okay. Sunk cost we don't take. So today if you do either way is all right. Because in the exam paper students took also worked out either way, I marked them both right. Okay. Shall you quickly have a look? Okay, so part A. Calculate calculate the present value for each year and NPV. 15 marks. Now you should be able to do that very easily, right? So year 0 to 10, investment was minus 300. Outflow was increasing by 5%. Inflow also same. And then you have a 3% return, and you should do the calculation. Now, remember what I told you about the question clearly said calculate the PV for each year. So for each year you get 10 marks. So for each year you get 1 mark. So you will get your 10 marks for your 10. Simple. Then you get marks for your NPV plus or minus. And then you get to say that you will say NPV positive, so the project will go ahead. Fixed and sunk cost is not considered unless part of the project cost. Sorry, which one? Investment of 400,000. Was it 400,000? All right, okay. Did I change it to 400,000, sir? How was it uploaded 400,000? Okay, fine. So you can do the numbers, right? And you can work it out. This was the actual answers I gave to the question, right? All right. Because your question, I did make minor changes to your question. Then part B was explained for 5 marks. How can this change? Right? So you can write anything you like as long as this makes sense. If the sale value doesn't materialize, if the investment required more investment, then obviously it will go negative. If the discount factor is higher, if the return required is higher, and also if fixed cost is taken into calculation, and then if the increase is cost increase is 10%, it goes up. It cannot be fixed every year. 10% is cannot be fixed, right? Some years it will be higher. Those things start going up, then obviously the return won't be there. Okay, so these are general things you can always explain. Okay, and the final part was the CEO has also heard of a financial method of project evaluation. Explain the 3 evaluation methods. The standard three are these things which we have discussed, but there are others. You can talk about, if you know about sensitivity analysis, you talk about non-financial analysis, you can talk about value-added analysis and so on. Okay. So whatever thing that you think you want to talk about is fine, provided you are able to explain something. Right. So that's it. So this is a sample question. This is from last year or year before last. I can't remember. The answers are also related directly to these questions. I know your questions are slightly different. So you can again go back and work it out. Now let me ask you a simple question. Who thinks they can't get 90 in this? $90. 10 marks, leave it to me. If you can't get 90, can you explain why? What's the problem? Where do you think the problem is? Is there anything in here that we did not touch or study or read or discuss? Is there anything in here that we haven't calculated or done anything before? Give that 10 marks margin, that I'm okay with. We always, under pressure, make errors. That's all right. So all confirmed, 90? Yeah, easy, right? Why not? But I don't see a single problem in this paper. If you were given a paper similar to this, I don't see a single issue with the paper. You should be able to get good marks. And your paper won't be much different to what we discussed today. Okay. Right. Any questions? No. TV and all that won't be there. MBA won't happen. No, because I'm teaching the same thing tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. No, not necessary. No. Okay, so nothing much. So guys, good luck for tomorrow night. Be ready. Try to no, it's all right. Try to be logged in by about 8:30. It'll be uploaded. And 24 hours. Please don't wait till the last minute to upload. It'll crash. And please don't email it to me if you didn't upload. You email to Mr. Anapuro, do whatever you want, directors and board of directors and all that. Doesn't bother me. But please don't send it to me. Right? So good luck with that. And I will see you guys next Friday. Please be here on time. Please tell your team to be here on time. Please come and sit in your own groups. And we will start on time. Okay? All right. Okay. Thank you.